Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here, we are back, and if you saw anything before, no, you didn't. We are here for the episode of Mundus Novus. This, of course, is episode 36, Sous le Clair de Lune, which means under the moonlight. And if you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on Patreon, link in the description down below. While you're down there, click on that Discord link, join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. If you're watching over on the YouTubes, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that follow button, leave a comment for the algorithm gods. And without further ado, I will click my buttons and bring us in to this game. Previously on Mundus Novus, Signy, disguised as Juliet Montague, successfully manipulates Lucas Grant into revealing a map marking the location of Le Voûte des Ombres, and secures an old newspaper clipping describing the site's dark history. Alex shares their emotional backstory with Signy, revealing their connection to a boy who may be at the heart of the prophecy, strengthening their bond and sense of purpose. In the bayou, the investigators uncover the ruins of the Men of Letters chapter house, a powerful ley line convergence site, and encounter the spirit of Etienne Broussard, who warns of the witch's ritual to unleash the chorus during the blood moon. But not everything went so smoothly. You guys were leaving the bayou, and you heard something terrible.
That's
A
fine.
tragedy. A tragedy for all.
What?
The sky has darkened. The wolf calls after you. What are you doing?
The sky darkens unnaturally because it was only mid-afternoon.
The sky is dark.
Fuck.
Spooky, spooky.
Lila's with us, right?
Everyone is with you. And I checked just in case to make sure. And Wyla is not carrying anything because it's unladylike to carry a bow and arrow through the streets of New Orleans. So she is as well equipped as Martha LeBlanc.
We're not in the streets of New Orleans. We're in the bayou of Louisiana.
You had to get through them. And for weeks, you have all been letting Martha dress Wyla. So she was not prepared with a bow and arrow to shoot anybody.
Oh,
I think the
Mark,
Can I do
I
a
think
little
the
bit
first
of,
things. Go ahead. Go ahead, Alex.
I'd like to do a little, I don't know, maybe this is BS, I don't know. Let's try some erudite. Um,
Interesting.
I want to establish
that the sun is shining.
Well, Alex been, doing research on the area and stumbled across information on, the natural world. Well, actually, I think specifically looked into the natural world in the area, and because I remember having talked about that. So let's establish some truths about wolves and wolf howls.
Okay.
I want us, if you listen very closely to the wolf howls, the number and quantity of them and how long it takes between one howl to the other and the total number of howls within a 2-minute period, you can establish how far away they are and how many they are.
Okay, that's a fact.
It's a fact.
That is a fact.
And so Alex has 1 moment and then asks everybody to be quiet and listens to the wolves.
Go ahead and roll me learning. Your books do not apply here.
Right.
But I will give you a bonus of 1 for your previous knowledge and the use of your erudite skill. So +1 bonus for that roll.
Oh, no successes.
Well utilized. You can re-roll and take a condition.
Let's see. Alec's not angry, and we need angry Alec.
Given what might happen, angry Alec might be useful.
Do I ignore that condition or sorry?
You put the condition on after you roll.
Okay.
Holy
mother.
shit. Holy shit.
Alright. I'm rolling
all right.
like yesterday now.
Let me back to yesterday's Melissa. Let me just double check if there's any additional things that can come from smoking a learning roll. You can use learning to obtain basic information about blah, 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 blah. By rolling more successes than required, you can sometimes gain access to more information. Okay.
Like whether these are like regular wolves or not regular wolves.
So here's the thing. There are 6 wolves. They are closing in on your position. They are moving. You can hear the wolf calls coordinating. They are moving towards you. And there is one additional call that is distinctly more baritone than the rest of them. You identify that as something other than wolf. Something wolf-like, but not a wolf.
I mean,
so there is
Alec has experience with werewolves. Would Alec recognize that howl?
Do you think you've heard a werewolf howl?
Yes.
Yeah, then yes. You would recognize it as a given the context, you can make a safe, educated guess that is the howl of a werewolf. That puts it at 1 werewolf, at least, and 6 wolves.
And so you said they are closing in and circling? Is that what you said?
They are closing in and the howls are coordinating.
Got it. So Alex says, steady, my friends. There are 6 wolves, and William, if I'm not mistaken, I think that there's a werewolf perhaps leading them. They're closing in right now, coordinating an attack.
If there are that many, we need to move. We need to hide. That's too many. And he just kind of in his periphery, Cyrus reaches out his hand and just says, Wyla, hand me your bow.
I don't. It wasn't part of the outfit.
You don't have a bayou bow and arrow?
No, I just have a regular bow and arrow, but it wasn't part of the outfit.
Oh, and she looks around. I told you we should have left earlier. And she like reaches into her pocket and she pulls out her revolver and she's like looking around.
I don't think there's any hiding from wolves, Cyrus.
From the first sound of the wolf howls, William will have already had his pistol out. It'll be at his side. His hand will be shaking a little bit, and he's just mumbling the word "no."
Cyrus
over and over again, softly to himself, staring wide-eyed out.
Cyrus would put his hand on his wrist that's holding the gun, and just say, "Steady, William. We'll be all right. We need to find a better defensible position here."
I think Signy will reach out for Martha's hand and take it if she allows it and be like, we have to run, let's go. And she starts like kind of moving and pulling.
Well,
Martha,
we can defend ourselves.
Upon hearing the howls initially, Martha had immediately grabbed onto Wyla, like, 2 little girls like walking, hearing wolves in the forest type scene. And then when Signy grabs her, kind of other side, she starts pulling Wyla along with her too. And so they all start moving, wherever Signy's dragging them. I wrote that someone has holy water from the chapel, but I don't know who. Do we still have that?
Oh God, that was. Did we get holy water from like way back when in the sawmill
like
place?
a year ago. Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you took it with you from the chapter house in Rhode Island, you wouldn't have it.
Yeah,
okay.
So mechanically, as part of the rules of the game, basically at the end of an adventure, all of your things you've gotten reset, and you have them at the chapter house. So unless you choose to take them. However, in the meantime, the thick canopy of the bayou obscures any light, plunging the swamp into an oppressive darkness. Every snap of a branch or splash of water sets your nerves on edge as the 7 of you, navigate navigate the treacherous terrain. The sound of baying wolves echoes through the air, an ominous primal symphony that grows louder with each passing moment. Suddenly, a bone-chilling howl cuts through the cacophony, far too deep to belong to any ordinary wolf. You can hear them now, padding through the muck and leaping from shadow to shadow. Wolves, their glowing eyes catching the faintest glimmers of light. You realize they're herding you, forcing you deeper into the mire, cutting off every path of escape.
Shit.
From the dense underbrush ahead, a figure emerges. Hulking, monstrous silhouette, standing a height and a half that of a man. Its fur glistens with swamp water as its snout curls back to reveal rows of jagged teeth. William, Alec, this is your second encounter with a werewolf. What are the six of you doing?
I think Signy was pulling. Can you turn it down a little? Signy was pulling Martha and Wyla, and then when these figures pop out ahead of them, her eyes go wide in fear, and she skids to a halt and still holding Martha behind her. So she's got both girls behind her, and she's got her gun up, and she's pointing.
And everyone else?
As soon as William saw the actual werewolf, he would have just locked on to that. He's sighting down the revolver right at the werewolf, still muttering to himself, but he's not shooting.
Okay.
Martha would huddle behind Signy with Wyla, but she does try to look for a rock or something.
Like to throw or to hide behind?
Yeah, to throw.
Okay.
If there's a rock or a stick, I don't know. Seems like she should have something in her hand.
She grabs the keystones.
Yeah.
It's just this 10-pound boulder. Yeah, you can easily find a rock or a stick or something. Cyrus?
Cyrus will kind of sigh, ironically, take a step forward, kind of try to push his shoulders up, very slowly draw out his hunting knife, which has some carved runes on it of some mystical origin.
Sure.
Just hope glitters in the light a little bit. I guess it's dark, so maybe not. Pulls that out and just looks at the werewolf and says, "If you can understand me, beast, this is going to go bad for one or many of us. It's best you withdraw."
And lastly, Alec, what are you doing?
Well, Alec drops the keystone.
Want to throw it at him?
Pulls out a knife, which I think is just a knife that they had found in the kitchen of their headquarters, and is otherwise very stoic. But Emerson is standing beside them, and his hackles are up, and he is growling menacingly at the werewolf.
Okay. So, as a content warning for both the players, as a reminder, since combat rarely happens here, and for anyone concerned at home, if you have a pet in a game, I will not target it unless you actively make your pet a combatant. So,
we
if
check
you
in
use
with the players then, because the dog is intended to be a combatant.
Yes.
But so, do we have any concerns with this, or should I just send the dog away?
Well, I don't want Emerson getting hurt.
All right. So
As long as Mike doesn't kill Emerson, I'm fine.
No, I'm not going to remove your pet is a talent, I believe. So,
yeah.
so yeah, I'm not going to remove that from you.
But if
Okay. If he gets hurt, we can doctor him.
No, but G doesn't want Emerson getting hurt.
I just don't need you describing how he's
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Too
Okay,
easy.
so Emerson's not gonna die, and we won't get a description of it
Yep.
in detail. All right, so then I will play it as
And
a
no
combat.
dog yelp sounds.
Yeah, like
Or-
that's unnecessary. Yeah, nothing like that.
I'm so good at those sounds. So the werewolf is in the path between you all and the hill of the ruins of the chapter house behind you. So it has cut you off from the chapter house. There are 2 wolves on either side of it, like a little bit ways back, and you can see fairly easily. They're not trying to hide. There are 2 additional on either side of this path, lurking in the more bayou portion of this. Like you're on kind of like a pathway. So they're not surrounding you. There is still a path of escape, but they essentially have you in a bit of a horseshoe. What are you doing? Are you standing your ground, or are you fleeing into the bayou?
Well, I want to know if this thing is going to respond to Cyrus.
It does not respond to Cyrus. You see its lips curl back, like showing how far its canines go, and you just hear like a low guttural.
So
Would-
if I understand, he's standing at the apex, and then the wolves are in a half circle around.
Yep, in a horseshoe around you, and
And
the
then we're
way out is the way
further
that they're not. No, sorry. The way they're like the open end of the horseshoe is back to New Orleans.
to New Orleans. Oh, so we could
Yep.
continue
We could
to
back
run.
up.
They've
So we
cut
can-
you off from the chapter house, from the ruins.
That's fine at this moment.
Would Cyrus know? I don't know this, but would Cyrus know? Would the sound of a gunshot normally spook off wolves?
Yes, you're a woodsman.
I would
A
assume the
sound of a
answer is
gunshot
yes.
would normally spook off wolves.
Then, if we're just at a standoff right now, Cyrus will say, "Signy, get ready to fire your gun in the air. We might spook off the wolves."
And she starts pushing Martha and Wyla backwards, since the way home is open to us at the moment. So she starts shoving them back, and she lets go momentarily to like pull the hammer back of her gun, and then grabs her hand again, and then keeps going.
Are you firing?
Well, he said get ready, so she's getting
Okay.
ready.
Okay. They
But
do
you-
not advance on you. It seems that the wolves are being held at bay.
Yeah, I think we should. We should try to back up. We'll see what they do.
Like she's their knife and picks up the keystone
Okay.
and takes a step back, and then says,
The wolves don't react.
"Emerson, come."
You see, there's that moment where like Emerson is inherently a hunting dog, and there's that moment where like you say Emerson come, and he's still like locked in that position, where he has that similar like his lips are curled back, and you can see him snarling. There's like a little bit, just enough of drool where he is ready to be in attack mode, and it does take a second or third Emerson. And maybe a sterner voice before he like glances back at you and he like backs up one step and then slowly begins to turn towards you.
William,
You can tell he does not want to disengage from a fight.
Yeah, and William is pretty much going to be mirroring exactly what Emerson was doing. Someone is going to have to drag him away. He is just completely paralyzed, focused on the werewolf. He's not, I mean, his finger is on the trigger. He is just like completely in his own fear world.
William,
Alec is
Someone is going to have to pull him out.
Cyrus, just because he was close to him anyway from before, Cyrus will just very kind of sternly, "William, don't do anything rash. They're not moving at us. Just back up. You can keep
As
the gun.
he says that,
Keep the gun on, but back up.
They're not gonna let us go. That's all he's gonna say. They're gonna.
We don't know that yet.
William, I need you to go ahead and make me a fear test. To make a fear test, you can either use logic or empathy, just the base stat, and the additional number. If you feel like the presence of your companions would help you in this, you can get up to a maximum of +3 to this roll. So you choose whether you want to tackle your fear with logic or tackle your fear with empathy, and then if you think the presence of your companions would help you, you can have up to a bonus of +3.
Well, there's only one. It's only Cyrus trying to help him, so we would just say 1
Okay.
+1, and he'll use logic because.
I don't know. Was Alec trying to say something as well? I didn't want to. I know we were both going, but no.
No,
Okay.
I was just going to say that Alec was holding the keystone. I keep forgetting what the name of that is. Is holding the keystone with both hands, and so would say Cyrus and indicate William. But Cyrus was already on top of it, so it's good.
Got it.
I still think you should try and bludgeon the werewolf to death with the keystone.
We might have to.
Since Alec is the most buff of the entire
Just
party.
shot put it at the...
Yeah, let's get into melee range with the werewolf.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll it with just 1 bonus.
Yes.
Let's go. Yes.
Nice.
Whoo.
Tell him a story.
Hoo. Okay. Outstanding. You, unfortunately, are terrified.
Oh.
You are terrified. You will take 1 mental condition. You did roll 1 success on a potential on a requirement of 2. The fear value of werewolves is 2. So you take 1 mental condition of your choice, and then you get. Go ahead and roll me a d6.
Whoops, nope, that was a D66.
Oh, I was going to say, I panicked for a second.
Wow.
Hang on, because I thought that was the right button. How the hell do you roll just a single dice?
Here, I'll roll for you. I got you. A 5.
Nice.
So you are terrified for 5 rounds. And the way this works in this game, you get to choose one of the following: flee, freeze, faint, or attack.
He's gonna faint.
Ooh.
Oh,
He's just,
Cyrus.
it's just his brain is just going to be overloaded with so many different emotions and memories that he's just. That's it.
Cyrus, what do you have in your hands?
I have one hand on William. I have my knife in the other hand.
Okay. Yeah. So you place your hand on William's shoulder in an attempt to coax him back as you see him stark rigid here in the bayou, and you say words of compassion to draw him away from whatever's happening, and you watch as the color drains from his face quickly. You see that pallid sheen of like yellow white of that nauseous kind of color wash over him, and you feel a relaxation in his shoulder that you have your hand on, and then in the smallest amount of horror, you watch as his knees buckle, and he begins to pull in the direction of where your shoulder is applying weight, or your hand is applying weight to his shoulder. And you see him begin to slip into unconsciousness as he is fainting before your eyes. What do you do?
I think I would drop the knife and I would catch him. I don't think I could sheath the knife fast enough before he would fall, so I'll just drop the knife and kind of cradle him, I guess, down to the ground at least. So.
And I think
You're mute.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Mike.
Sorry, no roll required to catch him. You absolutely do so.
Okay.
You all see this. Anyone who's looking back in the direction of the werewolves, anyone who's still facing that way, and not preparing to flee in the other direction, watch as William just shifts to the left and falls into Cyrus's arms.
And I think Signy she like gasps and she will turn around to Martha and Wyla and she goes, "Stay together, keep moving backwards slowly, no sudden movements, do not turn and run." And she will turn around and still with her gun up, more relaxed though, she will slowly make her way to Cyrus to like help him with Wyla.
Okay.
William.
Okay. You you do. You give the girls direction. You move. Alec, what are you? You're holding a big rock. You kind of looked to Cyrus to tell him to get your cousin, and you watch your cousin, a veteran war doctor, collapse in the bayou.
Yeah, so Alec's mad, so he says, "Gods be damned, William!" And then drops the keystone and pulls the knife out, and then backs up towards the girls.
Okay. Signy, you go quickly rush over to Cyrus, grabbing the other arm of William, and the two of you can easily pick him up, and you pick him up, and whatever your experience is with fainting, you see that William is in that like strange in between stage of like where his body has just enough rigidity to like you guys can puppeteer him, but he's not completely unconscious, but also not completely awake. And you guys can collectively drag him up to his feet.
Yeah,
So-
she will make. I'm making sure that his gun does not get left behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
And,
was gonna say Cyrus was gonna pick up his knife, sheathe it, and then if Signy's there, one of us will pick up the gun as well as, and then go from there. So
Yeah, and so and technically, if she's helping carry, she's gonna have. She puts her gun. She fumbles with it like back into the pocket of her dress, and she will lean over to William, and she will start like smacking him, not like smacking him, but like patting him very firmly on the cheek. William, we need you. Wake up. This is not the time to fall
It's gonna
asleep.
take a smack. It's gonna take a smack. You just fall off and hit him.
Yeah, so if he's not reacting, then she will get get harder, and she's like, William, and then she will wind up and whack, smack him.
Okay. I will say, for the sake of rounds, we are at 2 rounds. Your smack, the smack can wake you up, William, if that's what you choose. But you are still like that like lethargic way that you wake up from unintended unconsciousness, right? Where like you're still not fully coherent. So you couldn't like jump into combat right this second.
No.
But you're essentially at 2 out of 5 rounds are used up here. Alec, you've backed up to the girls. I assume have kind of like an arm like protectively out here. Are you still you're no longer holding the keystone?
No longer holding the keystone, because can't do that and hold the knife. And it says something like, "I can't be the sole combatant, the sole defender, and hold the keystone at the same time. Which is it? Keystone?"
Who are we taking rounds? Like, are you calling out? Like, who's next,
you guys can
or-
all go. Initiative hasn't started, but I'm counting rounds for the sake of William.
Okay.
So if you have an action, you're welcome to take an action.
So Martha would have been somewhat like. So is William awake now?
He's conscious.
Okay. All right. So Martha would have, been like sort of frozen momentarily, but when Alec starts screaming about the keystone, she kind of darts from behind Signy and grabs the keystone, and then darts back behind Signy.
Go ahead and roll me a force.
Cyrus
Force,
says
huh?
very calmly, Wyla, help her with the stone.
Go ahead and you can. I'll let you re-roll that for free with
Okay.
Wyla's assistance, or I can have Wyla roll it. I'll have Wyla give it a shot.
Nice.
So
Nice.
after Cyrus gives that call, she also darts out from behind Alec and helps you lift this thing up, and the two of you are carrying this.
And what are the animals doing?
They are all being held at bay. You see that again. Two of them are to the left of you, off the path. Two are to the right of you, and two sort of flank this werewolf on either side.
I have a random question. I don't think anyone's ever asked of a werewolf. Is it male or female?
You gonna flirt with it?
Well, here.
No, I'm just curious.
So not to get too into the weeds here, but
You want
as
Cyrus
a
to
dog
flirt with
owner
it?
yourself, G,
Yeah.
Red Rocket applies to all canines. So it's sheathed, so you don't really know. Given the hair, unless you're trying to inspect them from a distance, it's not as apparent.
Okay. I smell like a cat, I'd say.
You're right. No one's ever asked that question in the history of werewolves.
Or a bird. Okay.
You all watch as Cyrus and Signy, you are getting William to his feet. The majority of you are facing in the direction of the werewolf. You will watch as it takes one step forward, and you all hear a as it bares its teeth at you.
Alec will step forward so that Alec is between the werewolf and the rest of the party, and Emerson is forever at Alec's side.
Okay.
He bares his teeth back.
Cyrus will say, "Signy, can you hold William up?"
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He'll hand William off to Signy, and then he will
And she's like,
he'll
whoa.
grab the gun, and then he'll point the gun at the he'll point William's gun at the werewolf, and step up next to Alec.
Are you attempting to make a stand, the two of you? Party and the werewolf.
And if
you're
the
back.
rest of the party backs
So
up,
Melissa,
Alec
you are
will back
between the
up.
werewolf and the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Cyrus, same. Okay.
I just
so
want to put more of a wider front with both Alec and Cyrus.
So Martha and Wyla. Martha, what are you doing as the furthest back? You see that Signy and Cyrus are hoisting William up. You see that Signy is hoisting William up. You see that Cyrus and Alec have taken the front, each with a knife out, sort of brandishing it at the werewolf.
I think Cyrus has a gun.
Oh yeah, Cyrus has William's gun, right?
William's gun.
Yeah.
Well, Wyla has the keystone at this point, and we're both behind Signy. So I keep backing up, sort of as the rest of the group is backing up, and I would hold out my crucifix and say, "Back! Back! Devil spawn!"
Okay. So you are backing up. You see that those of you facing in the same direction, which sounds like all of you at this point, if you're all just backing, you see the werewolf takes another step forward, and shortly after it steps forward, the two wolves flanking it begin to pad forward slowly, not matching its pace, but not far behind its pace.
Are they closing, or are they just keeping distance?
Yes, they are keeping distance. They are at the same distance, moving at the same pace. If anyone is backing up, they are moving at the same pace as the rest of you that are backing up.
And during this time, Signy, she's holding him as best I'm assuming like he's conscious, so he can stand, but just not He's kind of like a wet
Yeah.
noodle almost.
Kind of.
She's supporting him as best as she can and helping, like shuffling back, and she's like speaking in low tones just so he could hear her, and she's trying to say like comforting things, like things of affirmation to help him maybe get through what he's going through.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me manipulation. No, inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah. She's not very inspiring, but I will try.
And can Martha help with that?
Not from where you are.
Okay.
She's kind of like whispering it to him.
Come on, Signy, channel your inner damsel.
Do
Yes.
Okay.
Very
nice.
You say what needs to be said to sort of shake William out of a stupor, right? You kind of like coaxing him back. The need to move, the need that everyone needs him to be William and not a wet noodle. And you say just the right combination of words to sort of drag him back to reality. Now, William. This is like when you wake up from an unplanned nap, right? You're a little groggy, you're a little out of it, and it takes a moment for the world to sort of swim back into focus, where you realize whatever happened to make you collapse has not changed. You are still in here, and there's that moment of like the fog sort of leaves your head, and you assess that like, oh shit, I am in the woods. Oh shit, that is wolves. This wasn't a dream. And then there's that like as your heart beats and the adrenaline rises, but you are able to stand on your own. What are you doing?
Well, he'll stumble to his feet and kind of take his bearings, and just you'll hear him mutter one word, "Shit," and look around on the ground for his revolver. And
Iris has it, she says, as he's looking. And she will hand him hers if you want.
He's still not completely focused, or just like still weak kneed kind of.
You're not
Mentally,
like up
where
to
is he at?
100%. You're probably mentally like 80.
Okay. Right. Then that's just enough for him to say, okay, just get the fuck out of here.
And she like
snapped out enough of it to just be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's got like a gentle like grip on his arms, like, right, we're in control, everything's okay, we're just backing up cautiously here. Cyrus, Alec. And they continue backing up.
Okay.
I'm assuming the werewolf is unfazed by my crucifix.
Absolutely. Entirely unfazed.
Totally unfazed.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a creature of the devil.
Do we have a sense how far from New Orleans we are? Are we talking about like 15 minutes if we like, or 2 hours, or?
You are hours into the bayou.
Okay.
So you will have to either hope that the wolves are not going to give chase the entire way, or you're going to have to hoof it back.
Guys, I think they're just protecting their ritual space.
If Cyrus is gonna stop for a second, stop from backing up, and see if they stop or they keep advancing.
You're going to stop from... Okay. It continues to advance.
Okay, he'll let that happen for a few steps, and then he'll start walking backwards again.
Okay. You watch as the werewolf stops. As you restart moving backwards, the werewolf stops. The two wolves on either side of it continue to lope forward. And you can hear branches cracking or twigs cracking and the slosh of water as the two on either side of the path are also continuing to advance. And you watch as the werewolf on two legs lowers itself down to a crouch and you see it very humanly crack its neck and put its front hands down into the ground.
And would Cyrus know this is a wolf-like behavior of ready to leap or charge?
You know that this is very man-like behavior
Very
of like a boxer sort of getting ready. So you watch as it lowers itself down, and you watch the muscles tighten in its shoulders, and you watch its body weight shift forward. And that gives you that kind of like that runner's sense that this thing is about to start moving.
Then Cyrus will just, I guess he'll kind of just do one of these over-the-shoulder things that says, "Get ready, everyone. Get ready to run." And he'll hold the gun up, and he'll fire up a shot.
Okay.
To scare off the wolves. Or he'll shoot like over, like kind of warning shot, but he'll shoot it more towards the wolves off to the side. So clearly not shooting at the werewolf, but...
Is that William's revolver by any chance?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so fair warning, it is loaded with silver bullets.
So you fire a shot out, taking you down from 6 to 5 shots. Go ahead and roll me a manipulation, but hold on one second. I will give you a bonus of 2 for the pistol. So manipulation with a bonus of 2 to see what happens here.
Okay. It's not terrible. You have condition. 3 successes.
Yeah.
I am gonna roll against you.
You are going to fail. And they're all going
Oh.
to...
I rolled 3 successes.
God damn you.
You bitch.
Perfect. What a perfect world.
I finally roll well, and you pull that out?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
rarely have to roll. It's crazy.
Who wins?
Well, it's a
You-
tie. Now you got to do it all over again.
You fire this shot, and you watch as the 2 wolves in front of you wince. And then you hear the low growl from the werewolf.
Get them!
Fuck.
And the wolves recenter themselves and boom, begin to sprint. The werewolf digs its fingers into the dirt of the bayou and launches forward. And you can hear the roar, roar, from either side of the of this pathway as the other 4 begin to move. And like cattle, they are herding you through the bayou. If you do not run, they will pounce on you. What are the 6 of you doing?
Well, William doesn't have his gun anymore, so he's probably going to run.
Okay?
He's already frightened, so from the...
Yeah. Signy, you feel William
Thanks, so-
tense underneath under whatever you're holding with your arm, and he begins to move.
She's going to take a shot with her revolver and then run. Can she do that?
You can shoot and run. Go ahead. What are you shooting at?
Herself. No, I'm just kidding. She shoots at the
Okay, let's just make this quick. We're
wolf.
screwed.
Yeah. No way out. She shoots at the nearest wolf coming at her.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack. Ranged.
I'm assuming if I roll next to my weapon here, it's going to include all my bonuses there.
It should. Yes.
Okay. Let's go. Bonus dice. Is it close? Like, do I get like a range bonus or something?
Nope.
Okay. Ignore conditions. No. 2 successes.
Outstanding.
It does 2 damage.
It does do 2 damage.
It's not. It doesn't say anything about the spot for a critical, so I don't know if it has a crit value or not.
I don't think critting is a thing in this game.
Okay. Perfect. I like that.
Yeah, I don't think critting is a thing. It just deals more. I think though, let me double check since we're rarely in combat. I think you do ranged combat if you roll more than 1 success. By rolling more successes than required, you may increase the damage by 1, outmaneuver your enemy, which would be exchanging initiative cards, which we're not doing right now, stress your enemy, which will cause a mental condition rather than a physical one, push the enemy into another zone, so keep it away from you, or make the enemy drop a weapon, which you can't do that one. So you could do more damage if you so choose.
If I made it afraid, will it not attack?
Afraid is not an option. Outmaneuver, stress them out, which would cause like mental condition, in addition to, or push them into another, like further away from you.
Okay, I'll just do extra damage then.
Okay. So you do a third damage, and are you facing the same direction as the werewolf?
Yeah, like, well, maybe I'm like, if I might like this or something like that, but yeah, she's facing the werewolf, so she would have like, in my mind, she's turned to like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock to her, and she's fired.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, then you hit one of the wolves that's adjacent to the werewolf. You fire this thing, and you hear a quick yelp as you hear a slump in the mush ground of the bayou, and you think you've either slowed, gravely injured, or full stopped a wolf that is not pursuing you any longer. What are the rest of you doing? Signy has shot. William is turning to run.
Cyrus is gonna. Oh, go ahead, Martha. Go ahead.
Well, Martha figures she is not a whole lot of help in this situation, but she does yell at Eddie to distract. Her intention is not to get him in harm's way, but just maybe to like dive from a tree and say, maybe like briefly distracting any wolf that would be closest to her and Wyla, and then she's gonna pull Wyla and try to run.
Okay, go ahead and roll me manipulation with your bonus from Eddie.
Okay. 1.
Nice.
Okay. So on one of the wolves, if it has to roll, it will get a -2 to its roll for Eddie posing as a distraction. That is the girls, that's William, that's Signy, Cyrus and Alec. You are, I believe, the closest to the wolves. What are you doing? You watch as one of them, the one on, if you're facing the werewolf, the one on its left, I'm sorry, on your left, its right, goes down. You see a shot rings out from behind you, and you watch it sink into like the shoulder blade, and this thing kind of topples off, and you see it limping off out of the road.
Well, William and the girls are the ones that need defending, so Alec will move back to continue to be in a defensive position for them. Is like Alec's a close combatant, not a ranged one. So is there something that's in close combat or no?
You can get in close range of a wolf.
Is there one that is close to the girls and William?
No. The closest ones are the one that is close to you now, the one that is with the werewolf, and the werewolf is is still behind. So it's like the two of you, a wolf, and the werewolf, and the other ones have not left the wood line yet. They are sort of growling and like trying to push you out.
I don't know how combat works in this game. Is there like a prepare an action concept? So could Alec just prepare to defend if something attacks Martha, Wyla, or William?
Yeah. So in combat in this
yourself.
game, you have a fast action and a slow action. A fast action is going to be like move or like draw a weapon, that kind of thing. And a slow action will be most things you'd quantify as an action, shooting, that kind of thing. So you can prepare prepare your action to react if Martha or Wyla or William get
or
attacked.
Alec.
You can sort of or yourself if they come at you. Cyrus, what are you doing?
Cyrus is gonna shoot the werewolf with with William's gun and the silver bullets, and he just says, "For you, William," and he pulls the trigger.
Go for it. It is a +2 bonus, and it is 2 damage.
Okay. +2 to ranged combat. Ignoring conditions. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. Okay. You fire a shot into this werewolf. You watch it lurch backwards. And I'll say, since you're the most seasoned member of the team, well seasoned, delicious meal for a werewolf. You watch as this ball round sinks into the back shoulder and tear through the skin over the shoulder blade as the thing is hunched down, and you watch it look directly at you. As you watch, it looks like what happens when you burst a blood vessel in your eye. As you watch this milky red just cross over both of its eyes, and you watch it start to foam at the mouth as this werewolf launches itself at you. Let's roll some initiative.
All right.
Everyone, go ahead and roll a d10, and we'll see what happens here. Actually, are there initiative rolls on your character sheet? Because that would be sick.
No, I don't think so.
Not that I remember.
There's just a D66.
Yeah. Inconvenient.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to roll. Actually, you can just type in chat /roll.
Yep.
Right.
/R space d10. Cool. /R.
Wow, we all rolled pretty good.
Those are bad. Those are bad, Mike. Outstanding. So I believe it is 1. Closest to 1 is the closest you go first. So the werewolf.
And we all roll bad.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is the opposite. It is the opposite. It's the closest to 10.
Okay.
So wolves go first. So wolves, werewolf has 1 of his actions because it gets 2. That's fun. William gets to. Martha gets to go at the same time as the werewolf. William gets to go, followed by Alec
Cyrus.
and Cyrus. Alec and Cyrus. And then finally with Signy. Okay. That is our initiative. Oh, and then I believe the werewolf goes last. Cool. So the wolves begin to lunge out at the group of you. The 4 from the sides begin to move in, and they are close to the road, and they are absolutely snarling and howling and snapping at you. Not outright attacking, but absolutely trying to get you to move. They are attempting to scare all of you. So I am going to roll something here. I'm going to roll a monster roll for you. Wolf 6. Okay. So Martha and Wyla and William, go ahead and roll me a fear test. It will be either logic or empathy. And you'll get a +1 up to a +3 for the companions around you. So Martha, for Wyla and William, you'll get a +2. William, vice versa, you'll get a +2. And let me see, I'll roll for Wyla as well.
So is Wyla first or last? Because you have werewolf twice.
Werewolf goes twice. They have 2 initiative cards.
Oh,
Monsters sometimes have multiple cards.
0.
Okay. +2 for that. No conditions. Outstanding. Wyla also fails. So Wyla and Martha, Wyla flees. You get to choose fate, flee, freeze, or attack.
Sorry, did you say me first?
Yep. Wyla's an NPC, so she runs. You see Wyla. If she is holding your hand, the wolves snarl and yap at her, and she takes off into the woods, or well, into the path.
Yeah, I'm behind her.
Okay. So you also flee. So Alec, you are aware the wolves have not attacked, but you hear them and you can see out of the corner, and you watch as Wyla and Martha take off, fleeing. Cool. Martha, go ahead and roll me a d6, or I can roll it for you. I can roll it for you. Save it. 1. Okay. So you flee for your 1 round. So you can do something different if you'd like after your turn, but essentially you spend your first turn running. The werewolf is up and is going to straight up lunge at our lovely medium here, and he's gonna try to kill you. That's what he's gonna try to do.
Why die slowly when I can die quickly?
Oh, fuck me. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. Let me do one more. I forgot. Still a fail. Outstanding. So he lunges at you, and you are far too quick on the draw. You have proper footing, and you sort of step back, and you're able to push this thing off at you. Its arms are longer than a human arm should be, as it tries to grasp at you, and you keep it at bay and quickly dodge out as you see it land back on all fours. You seem to be its target right now, Cyrus. You have drawn its ire.
Why?
Yeah. That brings us to Martha. You spend your turn running. William, what do you do?
I'm trying to remember. Several episodes ago, we were at the apothecary, and I was asking about colloidal silver. She did not have it, right?
He
We
did not
get
have
that?
some, yes.
Okay. Having come back to his wits and seeing all that is going on here, he, doesn't have his revolver, so he's gonna just dig into his bag and just grab like a scalpel or something, some kind of weapon. I imagine he'll probably have to spend his whole turn digging, trying to find something to defend himself with.
Sure. So as your slow action, you can dig out through your bag. As your fast action, do you want to back up or move forward or stay still?
It's a good question. I'm trying to think, where is he like in relation to? Because I was being held up.
Yeah, and then
own.
you started stepping back. So it's you, Signy, and then Cyrus and Alec are in the front with the werewolf. So you are the furthest from the werewolf, minus the girls who are fleeing towards New Orleans. And you're surrounded by wolves.
He'll step up then towards. Excuse me. Yeah, he'll step up towards Cyrus.
Okay, so you move forward. In that case, Alec and Cyrus, you get to act simultaneously. What do the two of you want to do?
I'll go. So Cyrus, seeing that the silver bullet didn't drop him outright, will and being this close to the werewolf, will need to realizes that that's going to be a problem. Trying to basically shoot him from here. So he will quickly look back over his shoulder and see William approaching, and say, "William, here!" And he'll toss William the gun. And then I will use my could that be a fast action? And then for my regular action, I just straight up dodge. Is that a thing? I think avoid damage. I think there's something about that.
Dodge is a thing.
I think that's a thing.
I believe dodge is actually a fast action. So when attacked, you can use your fast action to parry in close combat or dodge a gunshot or some other ranged attack. Both of these are reactions you can use at any time during the round, even if it is not your turn. So you can use your fast action. So you can say you use your slow action to throw the gun if you'd like. Then you reserve your fast action to dodge.
Great, I will do that.
Okay. So you would use agility to dodge. And to dodge out of like the way of a bullet, or force in close combat. And each success that you get would deduct a success from my roll. So if I attack you for 3 successes, you'd have to match 3 successes to dodge completely.
And then on my turn, would I also have enough time to draw my knife again, or is that too much?
Yeah, we'll say you have that as part of the slow action.
I won't use it this turn, but
as part of the slow action, you pull the knife out of the belt. You look back, and I'll say for cinematic purposes, you sort of like, William, catch, and you throw it. And I say like William has the doctor bag open, right, and is like fishing through with one hand, and we just see the revolver just thunk into the bag. So you can draw the revolver as your fast action on the next turn, William. Alec, you see this go down. The werewolf is like right up on Cyrus. What would you like to do?
Well, the werewolf attacked Cyrus, right?
It sure did, yeah. Cyrus was quick enough to step back, and it's back on the ground, but it is in melee range with Cyrus.
I think Alec is going to jump forward and try to use the power of gravity to come down with a stab with their little kitchen knife on the werewolf. Simultaneously, Emerson will leap at it. And maybe, I don't know, go for the throat? Isn't that what a dog would do? Go for the throat?
I want to double check, because I think
feet?
He's just a hunting dog, right?
Yeah.
I want to say there's like rules in here for letting your dog attack. How does the alphabet work? There we go.
I think the rules say that when a dog attacks, it instantly wins against werewolves, and they just run away and flee. I think that's...
Yeah, that makes sense. That's, I would,
In
just
fact,
for bloodhounds.
Yeah, if that's not the case, then erudite, that's what I'm changing.
That's the case now? Okay, cool. So the way it works is, we can add this. So you actually have half of it, or 2/3 of it, in your character sheet. The bonus of +3 for hunting for your hunting dog is for vigilance, investigation, and close combat.
Right. So I was going to add the bonus. That's what I was doing.
So he lunges towards, Emerson lunges towards, and you can add the +3 for that as well.
So I'll be adding the knife of 1 and then 3 for the dog.
So what you can do is actually, if you look at the knife under your weapons, all the way to the right-hand side of the knife is a roll button. You can roll that and then add the +3 to that. It'll do all the math for you.
Yeah, okay. You sure? Okay. I've never done it before. This is, okay. Additional, submit. Let's see. 2 successes.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. So you can, as a reminder, you can push it back. You can deal extra damage. Here, let me pull up the actual close combat. By rolling more than 1 success, you may increase your damage by 1. You may outmaneuver your enemy and exchange like initiative slots with it. Cause a mental stress to it. Push the enemy out to another zone, so like away from you. Make it drop its weapon, which it can't do. So, yeah, what would you like to do?
I think push the enemy out, and then Alec will yell, "Follow the girls!"
Okay. So you lunge in from the side, and like twin pincer attack with Emerson, and the force of you bringing this down and the barreling speed of Emerson sort of topple the werewolf from its crouched position, and it sort of like barrel rolls and gets itself back up. But in doing so, it is now no longer in close range of Cyrus. Cool. That brings us to Signy. You see all this and you hear, "Follow the girls."
She's going to shoot at one of the other wolves.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't shoot into melee.
None of the wolves are in melee.
The werewolf is not?
No, he just got pushed out.
Okay. No, well, so I'm gonna shoot at, I don't know, should I shoot at, can I see a wolf? A regular wolf?
There's 5 of them.
Okay, so she will shoot at another wolf.
Okay. The one near the werewolf or one of the 4 on either side of the road?
Whoever's closest to me.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot.
I don't have anything good for shooting. Missed.
Okay. You fire a shot out, and it goes wide. You hear a crack as it hits a tree out in the bayou. That brings us to the werewolf. Outstanding. Still miffed. You shot it. That's not what it wants from you. So it is going to.
Cyrus is just gonna keep eye contact with the werewolf and say, "Come on, you ugly beast! I need a new coat."
Ooh, savage. Let's see what happens here. One success. Go ahead and roll your force. Force. That's what it is.
Force. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Come on.
All you need is one success.
Yeah,
But
well.
isn't it not in melee anymore?
Yeah, it still moves. It moves just like you guys do.
Okay,
No,
so
that's
so pushing it back doesn't do anything. It doesn't prevent an attack in the next round.
No, because you push it. So the way that the combat works in Vaesen is there are like zones. So it's like you're in a close combat, short, long, and then extreme. So you pushed it from close combat out of that, and then on its turn, it has a move action. As a move action, you can move between one zone. So it moved from short to close combat and attacked.
So I'm sorry, I just want to understand combat. So was there any value in pushing it back? Should I have just taken the damage? The additional damage?
There would have been value. There could have been value in it if you pushed it back and used that as an excuse to all of everyone run. You'd have that extra, amount of space to run out of there. But since that didn't happen or didn't have the opportunity to happen, then no. No, in this instance, there was no value to it because it wasn't followed up by escaping. So it comes at you and deals a number of damage to you.
Hold on. I have one bank success that I can apply against my own demise. This sounds like an appropriate place to cash in that one success. This is basically looking at my demise. So I would like to use that one success to dodge his one success.
That is not where I planned. I thought you'd use that, but yeah, okay. Since you used that, So here's what I'll say. You had a meeting, just a short time, but not a meeting, but a session, with Lillian Gautier, and she read your palm. You had a session of palmistry, and she predicted strife and danger in your life, and you watch as this thing, gets knocked out of the way by Emerson, and it lurches back towards you, and you watch in a second, there's like a blink of the eye as you watch this thing leap towards you and like grab a shoulder and tear your chest to ribbons. And as you open your eyes, you step to the side as this thing lands right where you were, and you see it rake its claws down in the exact spot where you just were as you dodge to the side. Very Sherlock Holmes, deftly maneuvering out of the way of this creature. That brings it to the top. It is the wolves' turn. You see the four wolves on the outskirts begin to snap and yap and charge towards the girls. They begin to hound after Martha and Wyla. So four wolves have left your purview and are charging after the two fleeing women. That brings it to them. That brings us back to the werewolf. Let's see what happens. 2 successes. You've used your fast action. Cyrus, you deftly jump out of the way of this thing. You see it rake its claws down. You see its neck snap to where you are, and another hand goes across, and you feel searing pain as its claws rip into the flesh of your bicep. Blood immediately begins to pour down your shirt. You don't have a jacket on anymore. Pour down your shirt. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Cyrus is right-handed.
You feel this pain radiate through the arm you're holding the blade in, and it hurts to even lift your arm. You will take 2 physical conditions. Or sorry, 2 conditions. They changed the rules for that. So you can take 2 conditions.
Jesus.
Okay, I will take wounded and battered. So
Okay.
that gives
Martha.
Me, yeah, that gives me 3 physical conditions. So I'm pretty close to.
Oh shit.
Right.
Martha, it is your turn.
Yes. Okay. How far behind me are these werewolves that are chasing after me and Wawa?
They're just regular wolves, and they are at short range, so they're not in melee combat with you, not in melee range of you.
I'm assuming they're closing in pretty fast though, because we don't run faster than wolves.
Yes, but they have not
Okay.
caught up to you.
Okay. Is there a tree we can climb?
Yeah, you're in the bayou. There's plenty of trees.
I mean, is there a good tree? Like, is there a tree that we can climb that's looks high enough that we could, get out of the mouths?
Yeah,
of
go ahead and roll me an
wolves?
observation. Or observation.
Not doing very well.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. You know what? That was my bad. Roll me an investigation.
All right. Woo!
Okay. 1 success is all you need. You find a tree that you can identify as high enough and with enough footholds and handholds to make it easy for you to climb. And it is just ahead of you. You can easily get to it and climb it on this round.
Okay. I am going to try to climb the tree and encourage Wyla to follow me up the tree.
Okay. Wyla does so. She follows after you and quickly climbs the tree. And the two of you are this iconic scene in movies where we see the 2 people in the tree. We see wolves have surrounded it and they're like yar, yar, as they are at the bottom of the tree, claws raking the vines and the kudzu on this tree as they have cornered you.
I continue to say things like cast thee down, you evil spawn, and such vitriol, and then I throw like little sticks and stuff at it if I could.
Oh yeah, you like break things off the tree,
Yeah.
just chucking them down there.
Yeah.
Perfect. That brings us from Martha to, I believe, William.
Yep. Okay, so he sees his revolver go flying through the air into his bag, and he's just like, and he's basically gonna put his hand on it and just let go of the bag, so the bag just falls down with the revolver in his hand. And is the werewolf right up with Cyrus?
Correct.
Melee or okay, so you can't do
You
range
can.
and melee. Okay, is there like a chance to accidentally hit? Cyrus,
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't do something stupid.
You're a crack shot. You're not going to miss.
Yeah, well, you know how we roll.
Let's go. You can
Don't
do it.
miss, William. Don't miss.
So he's gonna go. He's just gonna kind of now he's just getting angry, and he's gonna revert back to remember he was muttering no earlier. He's actually gonna like start saying it loudly and angrily, going full Kurt Russell in Tombstone during the OK Corral scene. Was just like no. And he's like stepping up and shoot. Not that cool and brave and awesome as Kurt Russell, because this is William we're talking about, but that's his attitude at the moment. And he's going to take some steps forward towards the werewolf and just start shooting.
Now, don't forget, you do have an advantage here.
Yes, I got my crack shot, so that's just an extra 2 bonus.
Yep, correct.
And I just roll the dice icon next to the weapon, not the ranged combat skill, right?
Yeah, roll the dice next to the weapon, and then add the bonus of 2 for the advantage you have when it pops up to say, bonuses.
This works because he actually has a lot of dice for this. Jesus, 10 dice and I only get 1 fucking success.
could
One
re-roll.
success. You can re-roll. Just
keep
do
your
a
success, right?
just do a bonus of 1 instead of a bonus of 2.
Right, but then I have to take a condition, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't take any more conditions.
Okay.
Not for you, but yeah, we'll go with just the 1.
Okay. You fire into this guy. You fire into it. Another shot. You see it pierce its shoulder and send its left arm reeling backwards as it snarls. And you watch its bloodshot red eyes turn towards you. And that's it for now. It takes some damage. Alec and Cyrus, you are within melee range of the werewolf. You see that that William has his gun and is firing. What are you doing?
I was counting on you going first there.
Oh. Okay. If you want, I can.
Yeah, you went first the last time, so that was what I was thinking was going to happen.
So the werewolf is not looking at Cyrus right now.
You see it as that same feral gaze at William. And I'll say, since you kind of watched this happen, you know that on its next action, it is probably going to attack William.
Are there where are the other wolves right now?
The 4 of them have moved towards Wyla and Martha, and one of them is still in your general vicinity, sort of pacing back and forth behind the werewolf, as if blocking the path back towards the ruins.
Okay, so Cyrus will take a quick look over at the girls. They look relatively safe.
They are, a good 100 feet away in a tree.
Right. Okay. All right, so first thing Cyrus will do is he will switch the knife from his right hand to his left hand. Yeah, I don't know that I can do anything right now.
Retreat.
You know what? Cyrus is just instinct now. He sees that the werewolf is not paying attention, and he will just try to stab him with his knife.
So as a reminder, you can swap initiatives. So if you want to go after, if you want to swap places with Signy, you can do so. You can only swap with someone who has not gone yet, but that would put Signy before you. And that could possibly change.
Is that a
things from
permanent
happening.
swap, or is it just?
Yes,
for
it's a permanent swap.
No, I think I'll stab and then move. I think that will be and then basically start moving towards the girls.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a stab.
Okay. Close combat. And for this, Cyrus is going to just mutter under his breath. All right, my family. I know I did you wrong in the past. And I may be joining you shortly, but guide me now. And I will use my spirit guides to try to make up for my conditions.
Okay.
So that gives me a +2 from the spirit guides, but lots of conditions. So yeah, nothing.
Okay. So you go to swing at this thing with your non-dominant hand, and unfortunately does not make purchase.
I just wrecked. Okay, and then I move back towards, I guess, Signy and the girls. So I think,
okay.
I don't know how far I can get, but
yeah, you can move. You can actually move past. Yeah, you can move to where like Signy and William are.
Okay.
That leaves us with Alec.
So Alec made the attack, pushed the creature back, said, "Run to the girls," and then Signy didn't. and then the wolf attacks Cyrus. So in there, Alec says, pointedly at Signy, "Foolish girl, I told you to run!" And
She
then
would have run. She used her movement to move closer to them. I don't
You
know.
didn't
if
move.
I did move, but I'm not like, yeah, so I'm not like.
No, I'm
like
not
that.
mad at you. Alex pissed. Alex got angry.
Alex mad at you.
Hey, Alex angry at everyone. So Alec is gonna swing. Once again, it's stabbing motion, not a slicing motion at the wolf or the werewolf, and Emerson will join in.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sorry. One more thing.
Yes.
I don't know how to pull this into the story, but let's see. Let's think. Alec has reached into their pocket and is holding on to the figure that Cyrus gave to them
Yeah.
Rail.
in order to gain a +2 bonus.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Cross fingers. 3 successes.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Now, before we go into the description here, remind me, Cyrus, is that a one-time use?
I can grant a +2 bonus once per session. Or,
Okay, so
I can bless an item or a person. I can do either.
Okay.
So that was
The once per session.
That was 1 or 2 sessions ago. So
But it is a one-time use.
it is a one-time use. Yeah.
Okay. You have 3 successes. Do you want to increase your damage?
I think I do because I don't think it was super valuable to push it back.
Okay.
So I think I'd like to use all of that for damage. And then it sounds like we can move in the same round. So after that attack, Alec would also pull back to where Signy and William are.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, that happens. You absolutely do that. The werewolf is not. You slash into this thing. Emerson sort of bites at its leg, right, grabbing along the thigh, kind of anchoring it in place. And you slash at this thing, and you drive the blade of this deep into like right between like the second and third rib. As you plunge this thing in, blood begins pouring out of this wound, and you hear this like this yelp in pain. As that happens. And let me see here. That is Signy's turn as Alec begins to back up to you.
I'll take a shot at the werewolf then. As its cry of pain will draw me in, and so she will turn and shoot.
Okay.
Can I push?
You can push. Actually, let me double check. I don't
know if you
actually
can
remember
push
if you can push in combat. Hold on one second. In 3 years, we've only been in 3 combats.
Yeah.
Let's see. Push.
We were technically even in a combat in Grindstone. We just witnessed one.
You were in the combat that happened
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
Having failed a test, you can push. This can only be done once per action and must happen immediately. It's called pushing a roll, blah, 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 blah. You can push rolls that have already succeeded. This does not say anything about not being able to push a combat roll. So, go for it.
Okay. Come on, beach. 2 successes.
2 successes.
I will be exhausted.
Okay. So would you like to
I'll do damage, please.
do extra damage?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Oh man, this could not have worked out any better. I couldn't have written this better if I tried. It is so you fire a shot into this thing. just as I imagine there's some sort of like whistle from Alec as Emerson dislodges its teeth from the thigh of this thing and begins to move back in lockstep with her. The four of you are all sort of grouped you're in the same zone. You're all within a few feet of each other. And again, despite what has happened, the bloodshot red eyes are locked on William. And we see the werewolf launch itself at William. Let's see what happens here.
Nothing good, I'm sure.
That's not right. That's not how that
That's
rolls
good.
work.
No, we like it. We like
Yes,
it.
it is.
Yeah, that's good to me.
And
What
we're
are
going
you
to
talking
keep
about?
that.
That looks perfect.
We like
Hold
that.
on, hold on, hold on. Might put the wrong
backsies.
numbers in. Might put the wrong numbers in. Let me try that. Oh, God! 13 dice about a single success.
How does it feel?
Not a
Welcome to
single
my world, Mike.
success.
Welcome to
welcome
my
to
world.
our world.
No! No! Can I push rolls? Can the GM push rolls? Can I?
No.
I can tell you from
yeah.
experience, pushing doesn't matter.
You just roll that.
Yeah. Golly.
No.
You see the werewolf launch itself towards William. William, I'm going to let you describe how you dodge out of the way of this thing.
Well, William is pretty weak and scrawny, so while he is an excellent shot, it still actually kind of makes him stumble backwards. So he was kind of loose on his footing, so he was just kind of like stumbling and getting his footing when the thing jumped at him, and it was just totally what's the word?
Luck?
Coincidental that he missed. It's just pure luck, because he was just like, oh shit, I just stumbled into like the big claw goes right by
Steps
his
into a
face
sinkhole.
where,
It's like,
where he
what?
was. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
very
all right.
ungracefully like stumbled and avoided the attack.
Perfect. And then, thanks to the will of initiative, the wolves go next, and you see them continue to yap at Martha, Martha and Wyla in the tree, followed by the werewolf, who retreats. Who actually retreats. You see him hunker down, and like that same sort of pounce kind of thing as it launches. It's using its long legs and arms to launch itself over William, who's the closest person, and begin to run out of combat. You hear it howling, and the wolves all snap to attention on the werewolf as if it is commanding them, and the wolves begin to move away. What do you guys do? Martha, it's technically your turn. You see the wolves that are clawing at the bottom of the tree, lower themselves down, and they begin to move away.
I just cheer.
Throwing sticks.
like
sticks.
yes! Go away, you evil, vile beasts!
Okay, perfect. Yeah, continuing throwing sticks, shouting at the hounds of hell. William, that brings us to you. What do you do?
He'll basically just take a parting shot at it, assuming
Go
it's still
for it.
visible. Yeah.
Cyrus will just croak, William, kill it. And actually, well, I guess never mind. We're good.
Just fucking
One
success.
success. You hear a yelp, a roar, and a yelp as you fire a shot. You watch in slow motion as this silver ball barrels through the air and pierces through its right thigh. You see it explode out the front, blood pouring down its leg as you see it catch and flip and tumble. And all of you watch this thing twitch and jerk as it spasms across the ground. And you watch its limbs crack, its bones break as it twitches at unnatural angles, and its limbs shorten, its legs shorten, its neck bends back as you watch this werewolf change before your eyes into a man. A dead man. You've killed the werewolf.
Perfect musical cue too.
Great
Wow.
shot. Great shot, William. I can't make a coat out of it, but great shot.
Yeah, I
Nice.
wanted to take a trophy. Place my old one.
Does
So-
anybody recognize the man, specifically Martha?
You do not recognize this man.
Okay.
This is just a random guy. So mechanically, here's why I said it would be awesome. So the way Vaesen work with combat is they have conditions, just like you do. And so for every damage, you check off one of their conditions. But some of their conditions, like the first hit, makes them bloodthirsty and gives them a +1 to all future rolls. And then another one negates that. Another one gives it a +1. One gives it a -2. But it changes how their combat goes. At the second to last condition, they have a blood frenzy. They have +3 to all rolls. And if a person becomes broken by the frenzy and a werewolf dies, it passes the curse on. So William had drawn the ire just as it had become blood frenzy. So if you had been attacked by it and it killed you, and you killed it, it would have transferred the virus, the curse.
Oh, that
to
is so
William.
weird. Oh,
And then broken is usually when you break a Vaesen, when they hit broken, they run away and heal themselves. However, fortunately for William, if killed by silver, if broken by silver, it straight up dies.
Wow.
Nice.
So if anyone else had that parting shot, it would have healed itself off in the woods. So perfect storm of events to happen there. Outstanding. So the 6 of you and animal companions, you 2 from a tree, 4 of you, various states of disarray and or wounded, watch as the wolves flee into the forest, and this werewolf twitches and snaps back into the form of a human man. What are you all doing?
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, William.
I was gonna say, Cyrus was very obviously injured.
Oh, Cyrus just falls to the ground and says, "Ow, everything hurts."
William will just basically, it's just like kind of turns off the anger, immediately switches into doctor mode, and just drops the revolver into his pocket, grabs his bag where it dropped, and then hustles over to Cyrus.
Yeah,
to,
go ahead
check
and roll
over.
me medicine.
Yeah, while he's doing that, Signy
That's
would be like,
crazy.
Signy's like in a daze. So she's like, she kind of like spins around and like, she like drops the gun. And then as she turns, she sees Cyrus injured and she's like, oh my God. And she will run to Cyrus as well.
Okay. You swoon and run to aid him.
No, not swoon because he's covered in blood.
Yeah. No,
You can still
William
swoon, you
But
know?
his
That's
chest
a whole
might be
different-
showing, right?
that's a
Because his
different-
shirt got ripped. So I don't know. But she's like, oh my God.
Just his arm.
Oh, okay.
You just see blood and tattoos.
Yeah.
You can heal 1 condition.
Okay, cool. The almost dead one. I will. I guess I'll keep exhausted and battered. I'll get rid of the wounded. So we'll just say that I'm not bleeding anymore.
Alec is gonna snarl, foolish and reckless, and grabs the gun from the ground where Signy dropped it and goes to help the girls climb out of the tree.
Okay. Martha, do you want to come down from that tree? It's safe there.
Yes, Martha comes down from the tree, makes sure that Wyla also, comes down safely, helps her with the keystone, since it's probably awkward.
Yeah, Alec
Oh,
will
I
be
imagine.
helping too.
I imagine the keystone is on the ground. It's like a 30-pound stone. You're not climbing a tree with that thing.
Well,
Alec
Wyla or Martha make sure to pick back up the keystone because we're not going to
Okay.
leave that. And then do I think Cyrus is being? I mean, does it look like Cyrus is properly being, taken care of enough that?
a doctor is tending to his wounds, so outside of being in a hospital, you don't think there's much better service that he can receive.
She'll
And he's got a
dust
little
off
nurse.
her skirts and clothings, obviously, make sure that that's all sorted. And then we'll walk daintily and like with a mix of curiosity and disgust towards the like ex-werewolf person, because she wants to like check it out.
So before you get there, I'll say, Alec, you see Wyla does climb down. She looks sheepish and dejected, as though she's in trouble. Like she has like very like negative like it's all over her face. You see her as you like help her down, and she like help lift the stone with Martha to hand it to you. But she seems absolutely out of sorts. Martha, as you walk over, I think you probably get within like 5 to 10 feet of this person, and that may be enough to make you stop, as you realize after you look past the muck of the bayou that this man is nude. And I don't know what Martha's experience is with naked gentlemen, or where that falls in the category of things Martha knows about. But you get about 5 to 10 feet away before you realize that you're walking up on a dead man for sure, but also naked.
Well,
turntables.
She sprints. No, I just
The impropriety.
Martha immediately covers Wyla's eyes, and then does she have like a she turns bright red, but does she have like a I don't know, like a cloth of some sort, like maybe a scarf or a kerchief?
Yeah, you have like a shawl, like a
shawl. Yeah. So she oh my. And then she kind of walks like not looking, but like holding it out this way, right? And then throws it over where she imagines the private parts would be, since she's not looking.
You have Cyrus's jacket.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Cyrus, your jacket's on a dead nude werewolf.
Yeah, I mean,
a bloody nude werewolf.
I avoided getting my own blood all over my jacket, but then now I got some random naked dead dude's blood on it, so that's great. Appreciate that.
Oh God. Perfect.
That's
yes.
Okay. Signy will just go, what about this? And no.
Show it to the forest.
So now that he's properly covered, he's just naked. I mean, he doesn't have anything, like, I don't know, he doesn't have any earrings or identifying marks or
he does have marks. Identifying is up to interpretation. But you do see that on his spine, like running down, are stick and poke tattoos. Not unlike what you've seen when Cyrus rolls up his sleeves.
Okay. What is a stick and poke tattoo?
So like a tattoo now is done with like a tattoo gun. A stick and poke is done with like a needle,
okay.
and you just use stick and poke.
So the
like
tattoos,
a prison style tattoo.
Do the tattoos resemble Cyrus's in that they're stick and poke, or that they're the same?
Both
tattoos. Okay.
Both. They look like Cyrus as a sailor has like some stick and poke tattoos, but also has like random symbols and stuff. No one's really questioned Cyrus about his tattoos, but they look similar to you.
Alec, what do you think of these? They look just like Cyrus's.
Well, I think you're probably asking the wrong person. Perhaps you should be asking Cyrus. What are we doing here?
Well,
let's not be dawdling out in the woods. There's wolves. We need to be going.
I think everybody noticed that there were wolves.
Yeah.
The wolves are now gone.
Oh, be for real, Alec. I told you all we shouldn't have been dallying. Well, you guys had to put that arch together. And she's like kneeling on the ground with like Cyrus.
Does everyone have the angry condition?
No, she's just annoyed.
Well, Alex
Yeah,
just
Martha's-
annoying.
Alex just brings out the
Martha's
best in
perma
everyone.
annoyed at Alex, so it doesn't take much for her to be irritated.
Well, somebody just get Cyrus up. We need to be going. You're
Last
right,
time I asked
Sydney.
you
We need
about
to be
anything.
going.
He's hurt. If you couldn't tell.
I'm coming. I'll get up.
No, you're hurt.
Yeah, my ears are hurting worse than anything else right now. Just stop.
Oh, she's,
You'll-
and
you'll-
she'll look down.
William
you
will start
okay?
helping him up to his feet.
And she'll help. It's like, are you okay?
Oh,
You got blood everywhere.
well, yeah, it's a werewolf. Yeah, it hurts. It'll be better tomorrow. I'm sure William will have something in his bag that will take the edge off.
What were you-
Cyrus, do you know this gentleman? He has tattoos just like you.
Let me go look. He kind of walks over slowly, and we'll look at the we'll pick his jacket back up,
And Martha's like, ah!
hand it back to Martha and said, "Put this back on." And then we'll look at the tattoos and see if he recognizes anything. Like,
Yeah, go ahead and make me a roll. That will be, I believe, observation for you for your magical bullshit.
sure. Would this be probably the Gregory bag wouldn't apply? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I'll take either observation or learning from you.
No, I'll do observation. That's better.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Oh, okay, cool. I can ignore all of my. No, didn't matter. There we go. 7 dice, nothing.
Nothing. No go.
I'm like,
you
their tattoos, arcane in nature. I don't recognize them. They're not.
you recognize one right off the bat. Nothing, no roll needed for that one. You recognize one as the and in fact, I think Martha also might have recognized this one, but perhaps it was covered by clothing. You recognize the triangular seal of Mercury, which is the symbol of Spirit Mercury. So it's the female symbol with like the horns on it, essentially. You notice that symbol. There's another symbol that you think is voodoo related. Like you've seen enough voodoo symbology to have an idea of what that is. And then you know that some of these are runes you're aware of. And that's really, you don't really know what they mean, but you kind of recognize a couple of them as what they look like.
I think I'll take a note or a sketch, or ask Signy to take a note or a sketch of the voodoo one, because we can ask about that in town.
Great.
And then just say, no, the Spirit Mercury one is one we've seen recently quite a bit, but beyond that, I don't recognize the others. We can ask in town about this one. This looks local in nature, but yeah, we best be moving. We should grab the stone and we should go.
Before we go, Mike, I sent you a message. Is that something that can be done or no?
Yeah, you can change your memento.
Okay. So as we are leaving, William is going to walk up to the now corpse, which is, it's completely back to human, right?
Correct.
He's, excuse me, he's going to stand over him for a minute and just like with a very blank stare on his face. He's just working through some shit in his head. And he's going to slowly reach into his pocket and he's going to pull out, which is like a very large claw, which was the memento he had retained from the attack back at the surgery tent during the war. And he's going to drop it on, he's just like going to drop it onto the corpse's chest and then walk away from it back towards town.
Okay. Honestly, I think that's perfect. I think that's the perfect end right there. is everyone is gathering themselves to move, and we see that like classic walking away scene where like the group has sort of gathered in whatever emotional state they're in, and William is the last person, and we just see that closing shot of William looking at the body, dig into his pocket, and just sort of toss this long claw, this long hooked claw on the torso of this, and then walks away as we fade out. And that's where we end episode 36. Hell yeah, that was dope. Good times. I was really hoping to knock one of you guys down to broken status, but I got close. I got so close with Cyrus.
Close.
I was hoping to turn William into a werewolf. There's still time. There's
probably more around here. So
there wasn't one werewolf, guys. Sorry to burst any bubbles. But yeah, I was hoping, because if you get, the thing is with all the free league games like this, you don't, if you get 4 statuses and you get broken, you don't die. You just are broken. You're just out of the scene. But you do get to roll in the critical injuries table, which one of those can straight up kill you.
I thought you said there were no critical injuries.
There are once you hit broken. No, so there's no critical for weapons. But if you get broken, you roll on the critical injury table, and you have a critical injury, like a broken arm or other things. Some of them give you like a permanent limp. Some of them give you a permanent physical effect. Which is kind of cool.
I like those.
I'm going to call shenanigans on there's more than one werewolf, because the game's called Vaesen, not Vaesens. It's not.
That's true. That's true. So by grammar, there can only be one.
I'm going to use my erudite skill, and that's no canon.
The game means one at a time.
We need to ask a Swede what the plural is of Vaesen.
I think it is Vaesen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is.
Probably is.
Don't we have one in chat right now?
Yeah, maybe.
A Vaesen?
A Vaesen, yeah.
Vaesen.
We have a Swede,
Yeah, Vaesen. Vaesen is the plural. I think it means like, I don't know, creatures.
Thanks,
monsters.
Yep, he confirms it.
Yep.
Sorry.
One Vaesen, many Vaesen. Perfect. So that is it for episode 36. I'll have to remember to reveal a secret at the beginning of episode 37. That'll be exciting. So for that, let's go around, do our introductions so we can get the hell out of here, do our after show. And if you all want to see that after show, you can go to our Patreon, join us at the $5 tier, link in the description down below. While you're down there joining us on the Patreon, obviously, make sure to click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. And again, if you're watching this over on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Leave an emoji of a moon in the comments so we know you like werewolves. And with that, we'll jump around to the person I tortured the most so far, I think. Matt, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hi, I am Matt. I am really pretty much only in Discord. Vaughn, VON in there. Pretty much have no social media presence rather, and avoid it like the plague. So that's pretty much it. If I'm not in here doing this stuff, I'm usually playing World of Warcraft or Call of Duty.
Perfect. The person I almost killed, John, who are you? Where can I find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
John here. I am Ask Why in the Discord, and similar to Matt, that's from my online presence is pretty minimal, but definitely will pop in the Discord from time to time. When I'm not playing here, I am being equally tortured by the other people in my life. So that's pretty much how I roll. So.
Perfect. The person I ran up a tree. Windress, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
I am Wintress Odom. I pretty much just want to say everything that Matt did.
So same, copy paste.
Copy paste.
You can't add to perfection, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was it.
Nailed it. Perfect. Melissa, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm drafter in the Discord, big Patreon and fan of unMadeGaming. I think we have like an Age of Always game coming up, which G will talk about probably. I don't remember when exactly that is, but I think it's coming soon. And you can see my fan art of unMadeGaming stuff at gameswithstories.com.
And all of the art for all of the characters in
Oh,
this
yeah.
game as well. So
Yeah.
go check that out. Yeah. I did very cool portraits for everyone here, including the animal companions. Yeah, so
Yep.
definitely go check that out. Very cool.
And Wyla.
And Wyla, that's right. Animal companions and NPC companions. And last but definitely not least, G, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
So I'm the friendly neighborhood lightning invoker. You can find me on all things on Main Gaming when modding during the week, playing in all the Patreon games. I'm with Melissa in Age of Always, which is, yes, February 15th, Before the Rise, which is a Patreon campaign that I play in as well. And we're going to be back for Vaesen episode 37 on February 23rd.
Hell yeah, mark your calendars, friends.
Yeah.
But that's it from us. Thank you so much for being here and watching me almost kill Cyrus and terrify other members of the party. That's been super fun. But that's it from us. We'll see you guys next time. So from all of us to you, bye-bye.